The Nedbank Cup serves up a classic David versus Goliath battle where sides hoping to live the dream are, of course, the Magic FC up against the South African Cup giants in Kaizer Chiefs. We are live at the Nelson Mandela Bay Stadium. Parker, decent ball in towards that near post. They did have both Moon and Castro attacking that. From range! Couple of bounces here that would have thought a worried man is Happy Mashiani, who's had a happy introduction to the top flight of South African football here at club level. He continues to impress this young man. Again, there's an outlet off the far side. It's a beautiful ball. Malaga from range. Looking at the top corner.
It's working beautifully. The diagonal ball with Happy Mashiane, who's always opened himself so beautifully, always affords himself that much of time to make the right options. He could have turned that into the box. This time around realized that George was free, coming from deep, and laid him a beauty.
Now, here's a chance. Great chance. What a time to steady it for Crowley. That's a yes. Lovely chance.
I'm not sure if to say a rush of blood into his head, but again, you can't fault him because it's a shooting range. It was within his rights to be able to take a strike, but maybe the ball is a little bit awkward to go for the first time shot.
Castro in behind, and we'll have another opportunity. Blazes it on, and the blaze is over.
I wouldn't substitute him for that. That for me was creativity of the highest kind, in the way that I realized Anglo was trying to put a pass. First he tries to put a pass across and it fails. Obviously he needed to improvise in the process to create himself that little bit of space. Look at this. Moon is obviously running across there, available and onside.
He posts the flick on from Castro. He has a chance. Blasted over by Hatem on the edge of the little box.
They said one or two things about Chiefs' inability to play maybe attractive, constructive football. But for me, I think they've done enough here to deserve a goal. They've created enough openings, really.
Time now. Moving patiently towards the middle point of extra time. A wayward pass and a chance for Chiefs. Keeper can hold on. Villas cleared up the line. Another half opportunity. And is that short a day by the look of it?
Hi, I'm Salzig. I mean, you know what? Criticize Chiefs, they're in there, but at the same time, if you've created these enough opportunities to get a goal and it doesn't go through, how do you blame that? How? Where else? Where else do you go?
Looking to create one more. Parker cuts it back. Now is that a penalty? Yes.
Well, he has to take a penalty. Look, I can understand the excitement in the stands, but sometimes you think, did it have to go this far? I don't think so. But now, the penalty hasn't been scored either.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
The thing about celebrating a penalty is we forget at times that there's still the small business of scoring it. No question whether it's a penalty.
Yeah.
They have been their own worst enemies here today in the game of scoring. Cardoso from the spot. Money in the bank.
That's the way to take a penalty. Stamp it with all your might. Don't pick and choose. If there's enough speed and power behind the ball, goalkeeper has very little chance to save it.
Zuma with the movement. Zulu in a great position. Tino. The two subs make it comfortable for Kaizer Chiefs.
more convincing. It has taken 101 minutes.
1 minute remains. Or had there been a goal scored before that? They could have another!
That's what I'm talking about. Kept on the bench, shouldn't bother you. You don't need to impress anybody. Your ability is well known all around this country.
But at the end of it all, it's Kaizer teams that advance in the Nedbank Cup of 2019. Final score, Magic 0, Chiefs 3 in extra time.
Firstly, I don't have much of a voice left, but I'm so proud. It's unbelievable. To hold Kaizer Chiefs scoreless for 115 minutes, just tired legs at the end. I don't think the scoreline does justice to us, but I think Chiefs were a worthy winner. Fantastic team, and we wish them all the best in the future.
Yeah, because people will come in and they'll see 3-0 to Kaizer Chiefs. It doesn't really tell the story that for 105 minutes it was 0-0, and it was that defensive solidity you had stressed before the game that your team had managed to pull off.
Yeah, we worked hard, and we've got a balance of good young guys, some experienced heads. They've worked hard. They deserve this opportunity, and like I said, 3-0. It maybe is a true reflection of the game, but at the end, to score 3 goals in extra time against an amateur team, I think we get a lot of credit from this, and hopefully this is not the end of us. This is just the start.
There were a couple of moments also, I'm sorry for the pun, but I have to, for a moment of magic. I remember Mkabo had that opportunity where he seemed to turn back. What was that about? Was it just the moment, maybe getting too much, the situation, just overawing them?
Yeah, I mean, people must understand that we play our home games or our league games in front of 100 people, and we play on municipal fields. To play in a World Cup stadium against the biggest team in the country, of course there's pressure, and some of the people, some of the players, it affected them, but I thought overall they were amazing. They were magic.
Yeah, first of all, it was our obligation. I'm using this word. I continue to work it out and to qualify for the final 8. I think that is done. Compliment to the spirit of the opponent, really to fight to the last second and to work really defensively very hard. Of course, we made it very difficult. I don't want to comment the execution of certain opportunities today. I think during the game, first half and in particular in the second half, there were some moments where I think we could have scored to make it easier in 90 minutes, but good. In the end, we qualified and I'm very happy about it.
I know you've said you don't want to comment, but I was able to see your facial reaction. And there were some moments where it looked like you couldn't quite believe what you were seeing at some of those opportunities. Will you go back and look at them, or have you been able to already analyze them?
No, as I said, you are not getting any comments that I will here in front of the camera talking about certain players that they haven't scored or didn't use the chances. I think that should not be done. We will internally, if it is needed. I personally don't need it because it's in my muscle memory and in my mind. I know exactly which moments you are talking about. But it is like this. Sometimes players, forwards, strikers, defenders, we can name them. There is a run, it doesn't work. We are not scoring at a certain time. But good, it is not somebody to blame. It's just an effort, a team effort in the end of the day, and we are qualified. That's it.
Yeah, and as you say, you're qualified. The most important thing is that they did find a way to score and that they did manage to qualify, isn't it?
You are right.
And so at the end of the day, the 3-0 scoreline is all that matters, and you're pleased.
Yeah, it looks very clear. And I think from the dominance and from the way our biggest opponent was definitely was in our own team. We can discuss it or describe it, but I think everybody knows what I mean.
Well done today, Coach.
Yeah, thank you. I take it. We are qualified, and let's wait what's coming now.
Thank you so much.